Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat as breakfast is being served. We're about to start the celebration. It is about ready to begin.
The YWCA instructor that we had at that time. After that, it actually boosted my self-esteem. I felt very confident to then offer services to other corporate clients. Now we've served Amazon, we've served Google, we've served the governor's office. We've served so many different corporations at this point. I won $6,000. Yay, we did good. The money that we received from the pitch competition is allowing us to expand our business, our vision, which is to create a mobile balloon studio, and that's what we're doing right now. What I've learned in this journey is the right way to do business, whether it be marketing, advertising, putting money away for the government, taxes, customer service, networking, ultimately just how to grow and thrive as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. The YWCA to me means young women. Knowing that I am a woman and knowing that we are facing some kind of barriers that we have and hurdles that we have to get over just to live. And then on top of that, being of an ethnicity, of being black, that also makes a difference. So having a group of women that can empower you, encourage you, send you messages that just tell you to keep going, have events that also show that you can do this. And I've always met someone that I've connected with when it comes to the YWCA. So that is probably the best part, is just meeting other women and empowering them on their journey as well as they empower me. I don't even know where I would be if the YWCA did not exist, because these people are still important to me to this day.
I'm a graduate of the YW Leaders Program, and I am now a YWCA Esteemed Facilitator. I have a really supportive counselor at my school, so she really encouraged me to join the program as a way to express things that I was going through at school regarding social justice, and also a good place to meet others at my school who were also interested in social justice. The microaggressions and stereotypes conversation stuck out to me the most. It was really informative. I didn't know what a microaggression was until that very moment, and it wasn't just me, it was everybody in the meeting. Everyone was oh wow, I didn't know that there was a word for that. But YW leaders definitely helped me strengthen my emotional intelligence. Growing up, I felt frustrated and I would not really know how to have those conversations. So it was a really good meeting to really talk about what it means to like be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and have empathy, even if someone did say microaggression to you or did say an ignorant comment, like being able to understand like, oh, like because of their background, like they might not understand what you're understanding. We talked about like how to navigate tough situations, like if you have your own bias against someone else, like being able to have a healthy conversation surrounding that. And like YW leaders definitely like prepared me to become a facilitator. I will say the month that I got to work with them, it very much like opened my eyes and my perspective on things. And it made me realize like, one, I was learning more about myself, but it made me realize that I have a really like deep passion for serving others. I started off as someone who was in a program, someone who needed to talk about what I was going through at my school. And now I've been able to really like process that and learn what that means, and now I get to like talk to middle schoolers about it. I want to major in political science in college, and I want to focus on like more of the community base of it, and being at YWCA, it made me realize that that's something I want to do even more. They've given me the opportunity to like work closely with people in the community, and I honestly have found like a big passion for like community work.
morning, YW supporters. I am Karen Smith, President of YWCA Delaware's Board of Directors. On behalf of YWCA, I extend a very special welcome to all of you for joining our 20th annual celebration breakfast. I'd love to know how many of you today have been involved with YWCA Delaware for 5 years or more. Please stand up. We want to recognize you and we want to acknowledge you. Thank you for your continued support. For those joining us for the first time, welcome. We're so happy to have you join us. The celebration of this community of supporters, we are optimistic that this will not be your first event, your last event. I see lots of familiar faces out there. How many people have been with the YWCA breakfast before? Just wave your hands. Awesome. So you know that you're prepared for a great time today. Everyone, let's give them also a round of applause. So we want to bring the celebration energy into the room. So I'm going to ask for your help. We're going to talk about the theme for this year. And so we're going to do that in a very fun way. So when I say mission, I'm going to ask you to respond with forward. And when I say amplify, I'm going to ask you to respond with impact. So ready? Mission. Forward. Amplify. Impact. One more time. Mission. Forward. Amplify. Impact. That's right. Our theme for this year is Mission Forward, Amplifying Impact. You may have noticed, or you may notice more than one trench coat today. And this demonstrates that we are on a mission to progress forward and amplify our impact. You have been summoned here today to be a part of that mission forward and to be change agents with the ability to amplify YWCA Delaware's impact. This is your opportunity to give a positive imprint on the community in Delaware through the YWCA mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. The assignment today is to listen closely to the stories as delivered by those who have experienced the journey, to hear the exciting achievements that the YWCA has accomplished from our CEO, and the exciting plans for the future. Consider how much your contributions can amplify the impact of the organization and those that we serve as we drive our mission forward. Throughout the year, our special operatives, our dedicated staff members, and volunteers have worked tirelessly to ensure that these services reach those in need. And they continue to amplify impact through their service. Their commitment and dedication are truly commendable. Agents, while we continue to make great strides, there are challenges that have the potential to hinder the progress, to dim our light. But you, are the driving force. You are the driving force behind YWCA Delaware, and I ask you today to consider the assignment and make a commitment and act. Today is not just about resharing our mission. We will also celebrate the successes of our clients, the dedication of our staff, and the commitment of our amazing supporters whose generosity makes the work we do possible. Now, I am honored to welcome our event co-chairs, Ayana Khan, the founder and CEO of Delaware's first Black Chamber of Commerce, which has been nationally awarded and globally recognized. Ayana and her team successfully secured over $2 million in funding through Delaware Relief Grant to support diverse Black businesses across the state, helping them stay operational during the pandemic. And Lynn Kielhorn, a dedicated citizen advocate for social justice. Her advocacy includes reforming Delaware's court fines and fees system, where she has co-led a campaign to end debtors' prison. A key victory in this effort was the passage of the Bill 244, a landmark legislation that prohibits courts from imposing fines and fees on juveniles and eliminates certain fees that were added to the punitive fees. Both of these incredible women are dedicated change agents, supporters of YWCA Delaware, and embodies YW's mission of eliminating racism and empowering women in their personal and professional lives. We'd like to thank our dedicated sponsors for today's breakfast and fundraiser, including a special acknowledgement of our lead sponsor, J.P. Morgan Chase. We'd also like to thank Ms. Linda Morris and Ms. Cynthia Pollard for volunteering their time and talents as storytellers to help with today's presentation. For almost 130 years, YWCA has served the people of Delaware, especially its women. We uplift women, girls, and their families through our programs and services, and bear witness to their achievements and growth. We can proudly share that we have served almost 9,000 people in 2023. We have to celebrate that. This demonstrates our focus on driving our mission forward and amplifying the impact of our work. This morning, you will hear from several courageous women whose lives improved after participating in YWCA Delaware programs. As a donor and a board member, they motivate me to advocate, support, and contribute my time and financial resources to create stable, safe, and inclusive environments for future generations. I hope you will be inspired by these women as we honor their journeys and their triumphs. Each of them wanted to tell you what YWCA has meant for their lives. A special thank you to our Changing Life Society members, recognized by the orange ribbons on their name tags, and to our influencers. These wonderful individuals have chosen to stand for eliminating racism and empowering women through their long-term financial commitment to YWCA. And now I'd like to introduce you to YWCA Delaware's CEO and another change agent, Melissa Gonville.
Well, I always wanted to write mystery novels as a kid, but Secret Agent is way cooler. Good morning, fellow agents of change. If someone had told me 28 years ago, as I was just starting out in the financial services industry, that I would one day be the CEO of a leading nonprofit, I am pretty sure I would not have believed them. It's always been a dream of mine to make a difference in people's lives, but for a long time, I wasn't really sure how to make that leap. For years, I built a career in finance, but deep down, I knew my true passion lay elsewhere, helping others in a more direct and meaningful way. It wasn't until I became a board member at YWCA Delaware that everything really seemed to click. I was introduced to an incredible community of people dedicated to changing lives for the better every day. That's when I realized this is where I'm supposed to be. Being part of YWCA has allowed me to combine my background in finance with my passion for service, and it's been the most rewarding journey of my life. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that dreams don't always follow a straight path, but with purpose, community, and courage, they can absolutely become reality. I'm so proud to be working alongside so many people who are working to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Today, we're here to celebrate our collective work and gather not just for a breakfast, but for a mission that, like the ones in the movies, may seem impossible at times, but is undoubtedly achievable with the right team and unwavering determination. Much like our favorite female spies in The Black Widow and Atomic Blonde, YWCA Delaware faces challenges that require courage, innovation, and a relentless drive to make the impossible possible. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to transform lives and build a healthier, more equitable community. And let me tell you, this mission is not just possible, it's already in progress. We're expanding into new frontiers, pushing the boundaries of what even we thought was achievable, and amplifying our impact in ways that shape a brighter future for all. It's truly an honor for me to be supporting the impactful work of YWCA Delaware along so many change agents, many of whom are in the room today, who work tirelessly to bring positive change and support to our communities and our clients. You may not be fighting villains or deactivating bombs, but you are saving lives. 1 hour, $1, 1 vote, and 1 client at a time. I'd like to take a moment to thank and celebrate our board members, staff, and committed volunteers. Please stand to be recognized. I'd also like to recognize the public officials and their staff who are here today who have consistently supported us in our efforts to effect change in the state. Please stand to be recognized. Is there anybody here? They signed up, but maybe they didn't show up. We will ask for your financial support today to join us as agents of change. But first, let us show you what we're doing to amplify the impact of our programs. In our housing program, we served 333 individuals in emergency, transitional, and community housing in 2023. Like Dorothy Height, who's a critical figure in YWCA's history, we are climbing toward a future where everyone has a place to call home. We're not just providing shelter. We're creating stability, dignity, and a foundation for lives to be rebuilt. We're so excited to announce that starting next year, we are expanding into permanent supportive housing. We are well on our way with a partnership with Wilmington Housing Authority, planning on starting with 12 units in 2025 and 30 voucher-based units. And then we have plans for several additional phases to add more housing over the next few years. Very excited about that. In 2023, we served over 5,900 survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence through multiple resources at our Sexual Assault Response Center, or SARC, where clients access our crisis hotline, case management, counseling, medical and legal advocacy, and our support groups. We are now working in that program to obtain funding to provide transitional housing in Sussex County for these survivors. We're also pursuing funding to fill a gap with the ability to provide legal services directly to our SARC clients and to increase the amount of supportive services that we can provide to survivors as well. So also very excited about that. We added community health workers to both our housing and our SARC programs last year, and are proud to say that we're able to expand that service in 2024 and beyond with our very own team of agents on the front lines reaching out to those in need. And you're going to hear from a couple of those CHWs today. By expanding this network, we're bringing care, support, and resources to those in our community who need it most. With our racial and social justice and advocacy program, we're amplifying our advocacy efforts, using our voices to drive systemic change. Like the strategic masterminds in Mission Impossible, we're not just reacting to challenges. We're anticipating them, positioning ourselves to be forces for good in policy as well as practice. We're championing the rights and needs of our community at every level, ensuring that our mission not only survives, but thrives. Thriving can only happen when our clients are economically empowered, improving their financial literacy and their income through employment and entrepreneurship. We do this by serving clients, over 1,000 of them in 2023, with financial and home ownership counseling, work readiness, entrepreneurship, and youth development programs. We're now working on an inspiring new effort in that space to focus services on those people who are often left behind, those who are working above the poverty level but barely able to make ends meet. So stay tuned. I can't give you too much detail on that right now. We're working on the funding for that, but stay tuned for the sequel where we can provide detail on this effort. And finally, we're thrilled to announce our collaboration with St. Francis Healthy Village, where we'll have a new dedicated space for our programs. This is going to be a space where clients can obtain services from several different participants, different providers in one building. And like the other new initiatives that I'm mentioning today, it's going to help us fuel our mission to change lives for the better. So as we look to a more just and equitable society, let's take on this mission with the same tenacity, ingenuity, and passion that our favorite movie heroes bring to theirs. Because with this team and with all of you as supporters, this mission is not just possible, it's inevitable. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Let's move our mission forward and amplify our impact like never before.
I was ignorant, I was uneducated, and I know that's not my fault. It's where I grew up in the society I was in, but now I'm an adult, I have to do something about it. It was a mixed group of people of color and whites, and you got a chance to really talk about the issues that concerned everyone. People were so generous in sharing their true reactions, even the ones that maybe you weren't so proud of. I started examining my own unconscious biases because I had been programmed pretty well by my family in racist ideas. And it took me a while to learn about what I did feel and to examine that and then find ways to counter that. The first thing that I became aware of in my examining my memories about my childhood was that I knew I had this gut fear of black men, and it felt irrational to me, but I didn't know where it came from. And then I remembered an event when I was maybe 4 years old, being in my yard and my mother screaming at me to get in the house because the trash men were coming to get the trash. And I was very confused, like, why did I have to stop playing and come in the house? And she was and she was very upset. So I ran in the house, and trash men were black. And so I think my young mind linked that black men are dangerous. And then that made sense to me because I was just a child. So working with people of color and working with these programs, I started trying to find ways to kind of unprogram myself. And I found ways. I started walking around my neighborhood with my dog, and every time I saw a black man, I would try to make up a good story about him. Like, oh, look at him. He's holding that little boy's hand so kindly. He must be a good dad. Or look at that young man playing basketball. He's so athletic. He must be very strong. And just giving myself lots of positive messages. And it really changed my reaction. Now I feel very comfortable around black men. I don't get that gut feeling anymore. So I think it is possible to unprogram yourself if you just pay attention and start trying to find ways to be more aware of what the real feelings are versus what you were programmed to believe.
Latifah was 15, turning 16. She was very angry because she understood that we didn't have to be here. She wanted to be home with her family, with her friends. I was at least able to help her understand from a spiritual point of view, this is something that God put us in, because who gets a blessing like that? I didn't want to be around the drugs and the alcohol no more. I wanted something different for my daughter and I. It had been 2 years, almost 2 years since I had been clean and sober. So once I lost my housing and I couldn't find housing, I chose to go in the shelter. This place made sure there were no excuses for nobody. It made sure when we got here that we had bedding, we had everything we needed. And it made me feel like someone cared. I had a YWCA, the Google Docs program, financial literacy, how to get your credit straightened out. The gardening was here. I was able to take my time through my recovery with my knee. That was my healing, to be able to keep moving. I didn't want to feel like I couldn't do anything for myself. I had a daughter that was watching me. And in spite of our living situation, I had to do what I had to do to show her we can get through this. Once we transitioned out, we were able to find a 2-bedroom apartment in Philly. My daughter continued her education until she graduated, started working for the airport in Philadelphia. I think with her being here, she was able to see a different way of living. She was able to get up in the morning, go to school. She got good grades, and now she's on her way to Delaware State University College. I can't do nothing but thank and praise God, because in spite of everything else, everything was a success.
A situation happened between me and the father of my kids, and it was kind of just a breaking point for me that I needed to be better and to do better for them. I ended up going to the hospital so they could check me out, just to document everything. And while I was there, I had an advocate. She sat there and talked to me, and from there they put me in contact with a therapist, and they helped me fill out like a PFA against the father of my children. And yeah, I just realized that I needed a little bit of help. I believe I've enrolled in the budget planning, the therapy, and then also the housing assistance. To do my budget was a very big thing, because even though I was living at home, I didn't have as many bills, but I was kind of just spending money willy-nilly just because I didn't have to worry, and I wasn't really like planning for our future. So definitely budgeting and getting myself on track with being able to pay for major bills, like living by myself. And then with therapy, it made me realize that I had a lot of toxic relationships in my life. Like, you guys saw like what I could be and what I can be, and that pushes me a little bit harder, because it's like these people don't know me from anything, and that like this one situation isn't my life. Like, I'm only in it for a moment, and while it hurts and while I have to work through everything, it's always going to be just a moment of my life, and me and my kids' life still goes on past this moment. It's made me want a future for myself, honestly. Ever since working with you guys, it's made it easier to see those steps leading up to the future, to put a plan down for myself and follow the steps of a plan and know that this is what I want next, and be confident that this is what I want next. There's so many women out here that have young kids that they've never been shown the way, and all it takes is just one person like extending their hand to them to put them in a better situation.
At the YW, we celebrate At the YW, we celebrate each and every client who has gone through any one of our programs, surviving, persevering, often through trauma and tragedy. Our next guest speaker is someone who demonstrates extraordinary resilience and empowerment. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce Sharonda, a client of Home Life.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharonda Carruthers. Oh, my bad. My name is Sharonda. A year ago, I made the hardest decision of my life. I left my hometown, Detroit, Michigan, with nothing but my dreams, my 5-year-old daughter, Treasure. We were fleeing a toxic and abusive environment where I felt invisible, always giving to others, but had no one in my corner to turn to in the time of need. I decided that if no one was going to take a chance on me, I would take a chance on myself. I was scared, but I knew we needed to leave. I wanted to give Treasure a better life, one without chaos, confusion that we had been living in. My goals was to open a small t-shirt printing business and give my daughter the stability she deserved. So I packed up and headed to Cambridge, Maryland. On our way, we hit our first roadblock, literally. 2 of my tires blew out in Pittsburgh, and I said, "Oh Lord, if this isn't meant to be, show me a sign." 5 minutes later, a tow truck arrived, and I took it as a sign to keep pushing forward. We finally reached Cambridge, and I found out that the townhouse applications that I secured wasn't secure, and they hadn't fallen through. We had no place to go, so we stayed in a small inn for a week, hoping things would change, but they didn't. So we had to pack up again and head to Newark, Delaware, where the hotel rates were cheaper. And for those 3 weeks, I spent the last of my funds on hotel rooms. And when that ran out, we had no choice but to sleep in our car. I will never forget the moment, sitting in the car, my daughter asleep in the back seat, and the feeling of failure came over me. I had taken Treasure from the only home she knew, and we were now living out of a car, awaiting shelter, and I was losing hope, thinking I had failed my daughter. Then July 3rd, I got the call, and everything changed. The YWCA had a spot for us in their emergency shelter. That morning, I met with the YWCA Delaware's Family Service Support Manager, Miss Valerie, who completed my intake, my paperwork, and became my caseworker. The moment I walked into those doors, I felt something I hadn't felt in a while: hope. We set goals together for employment in a secure daycare center for my daughter, and eventually to get our own place. Within days, I found a job at the hotel near the riverfront, and soon after, I enrolled Treasure into daycare. It wasn't easy trusting strangers with my child, but I knew I had to. I had to trust the process. I had to trust the YWCA. The YWCA is more than just a shelter. It's a community where people who understand what you're going through. And I've met some incredible women through the YWCA enrichment programs, like Pocketbook Bingo, the healthcare fairs, and MoneyWise financial literacy courses. We share our stories, our struggles, and our dreams, and it helps me realize that I'm not alone. There's always someone there to listen, whether it's Ms. Val, other caseworkers, or women in the program. I've learned that you've got to bet on yourself, set goals, be open to constructive criticism, feedback, and put the work in yourself. You have to be open to learning and growing, even when it's uncomfortable. And most importantly, you have to believe that you're worth it, worth the effort. YWCA Delaware opened its doors to me and my daughter at the time when we needed them the most. They believe in women like me. And I know my mission isn't over because the YWCA is now, I know my mission isn't over because of the YWCA, and I know the path that I'm on is something greater.
Thank you for being here today, supporting YWCA of Delaware. My name is Keisha Matthews, and I proudly serve as the Culinary and Community Healthcare Coordinator at the Home Life Management Center. I'm proud to have helped launch two wonderful initiatives at Home Life, the People's Pantry and our New Beginnings Garden, which provide nutritious food for the families in our emergency shelter, transitional housing, community housing programs. I've always had a passion for cooking, a skill I learned from my mother at a very early age. Over the years at the YWCA, I prepared over 200,000 meals for our clients, helping to meet our clients' basic needs for nutritious meals. As a certified community healthcare worker, I help connect families in Newcastle County with housing, healthcare, food, and financial assistance, proudly working alongside 10 other community healthcare workers to help our clients survive and thrive. At the YWCA, many clients struggle with food insecurity. By providing healthy meals, we ease the stress and promote well-being, helping them focus on healing and building independence. I'll never forget our first People's Pantry client, a mother in our transitional housing program looking for work. Came in, and I can see the relief on her face when she realized she had options. She said to me, "It's nice to be able to make choices that work for me and my family." That's what this pantry is about, offering dignity, independence, and support in difficult times. The pantry is stocked with a variety of fresh and frozen fruits and vegetables, meats, cereal, even homemade jams. Thanks for the generosity of our partners like Food Bank of Delaware, Delaware's First Health, and local Black farmers. In addition, our New Beginning Garden teaches clients to grow and harvest herbs and vegetables, which aligns beautifully with our mission to empower our clients by teaching them life skills and self-sufficiency. With your support, we can expand these programs and keep making a difference in the lives of these women and their families. Thank you for standing with us and helping move YWCA mission forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tracy McCrae. I am the Aftercare Community Health Coordinator at the YWCA Delaware's Sexual Assault Response Center in Georgetown, Delaware, in Sussex County. I joined the YWCA in October of 2023, and by March of 2024, I became a certified community health worker. I took on this role to support survivors of sexual assault, domestic violence, human trafficking, and other traumatic experiences. In my role, I work with women, men, children, and families, helping them navigate the difficult systems and access critical resources to rebuild their lives. Many of those I work with are facing homelessness, mental health challenges, and financial instability. Some are fleeing abusive situations with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Providing immediate support to these moments is very vital to their situation. I help connect survivors to shelter, counseling services, basic necessities, and emotional support. I also accompany them to the police station to report incidences, whether they happened in the past or just recently. I help them file protection from abuse orders and sexual violence protection orders, and I am there with them in court for emotional support. We also respond to emergency calls at the hospital, ensuring victims never have to go through their experiences alone. One case that sticks to me is one with a mother of 3 children who was a victim of domestic violence. Her situation was so severe that she was about to lose her home. Her utilities had been cut off, and she was running low on food for her children. She ended up staying with her niece, but it was only a 1-bedroom apartment, and this situation was not sustainable. After weeks of working together, we were able to get her utilities turned back on and help her move back home safely with her children. These moments remind me of why this work is so important. It's about us offering hope and tangible support to those in need. But I couldn't do this work alone. It takes a community. It takes all of us coming together, offering support and resources to ensure survivors know they're not alone and that there is hope. We cannot do this without your help and support. Thank you for standing with us and making a difference.
Good morning. Bessie Coleman, the first African American woman to earn a pilot license in 1921. Willa Brown, the first black woman to earn both a private and commercial pilot license and help train over 200 Tuskegee Airmen. Mae Jemison, the first black woman to travel to space aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1992. Brenda E. Robinson, the first African American woman to earn her Naval Aviator wings in 1980. Christine Maine Darden, an aeronautical engineer and one of NASA's human computers, who made a significant contributions to the field of aviation and supersonic flight technology. I stand with some of the greats in sharing a common mission, breaking barriers and expanding opportunities for marginalized communities in aviation and beyond. My name is Ashley Cooper, and I'm a STEM educator and former molecular microbiologist who swapped out microscopes for drones. As a certified FAA remote pilot and the first African American woman to serve as the FAA Safety Team Drone Pro in the United States Northeast region, I am the proud founder of Droneversity, an educational technology company that has been going strong for over 3 years now. Thank you. At Droneversity, we open doors for individuals seeking careers in technology and aviation through ground school exam prep, to flight school, coding classes, and even esports programs for high schoolers and college students. I first connected with the YWCA of Delaware through their entrepreneurial programs. As a woman of color in the male-dominated tech space, their mission to empower women entrepreneurs really spoke to me. I saw an opportunity to grow alongside a supportive community that truly understood the challenges I faced and helped guide me towards growth and success in ways I hadn't even anticipated. When I learned about the Y Elevate pitch competition, I knew I had to go for it. It was an opportunity not just to showcase my vision of Droneversity, but take my business to the next level. The competition pushed me out of my comfort zone in the best way possible. And winning the first place this year was honestly a game changer. Thank you again. With the $7,500 investment from YWCA Delaware, I was able to buy a top-tier DJI Mavic 3 thermal drone with accessories included. Owning this equipment has been a game changer. For me, it meant no more, I didn't have to rent equipment. This investment will result in a remarkable 329% return on investment. And with the additional revenue, I've been able to expand my solar farm inspection contracts and secure being a prime contractor. YWCA's Delaware support is not just an investment in my business, it's an investment in the future of getting more women in technology. Thanks. Thank you to the YWCA Delaware. I'm even stronger. I'm even a stronger change agent in my community. I'm now in a position to educate, empower, and elevate more women in this field, ensuring they have the tools, skills, and opportunities to thrive. For me, the sky is no longer the limit. It's just the beginning of endless possibilities. I'm proud to be a part of a legacy of Black women in aviation, a legacy that isn't widely known, but one I am committed to expanding by creating space for others in Drone Revolution. At Droneversity, we've built a space that definitely says, you belong here. Through fun, skill-building strategies and hands-on experience, I'm excited to see more women and young people take flight, literally and figuratively. And I am grateful to be among an extraordinary group of people who are not only moving YWCA Delaware mission to eliminating racism and empowering women forward, but also amplifying our collective impact. Thank you.
Good morning. That's a hard act to follow. I mean, standing here, I am reminded of how far I've come and the role the YWCA has played in my life. My journey with the Y Delaware began when I was about 35 years old. It was a time of loss and uncertainty. My mother had recently passed away, and I found myself struggling to figure out where my life was headed. But through the guidance and support of the YWCA, I found hope. They provided housing assistance, job training, and financial empowerment workshops that laid the foundation for everything I've been able to accomplish since then. Through the YWCA's Career Development Program, I fixed up my resume and entered the construction industry, a field that was not always welcoming to women. But with the YWCA's support, I knew I had the strength to break through the barriers, and I did. I spent decades building a career in construction and also as a substitute teacher. And while it hasn't been easy, I've found and been proud to say I've built more than just buildings, I've built a life. At age 63, I faced one of the toughest challenges of my life, and that was saving my home from foreclosure. Like so many others, the impact of COVID-19 threw me into a financial turmoil. The construction work I relied on became unstable, and before I knew it, I was $30,000 in debt. My mortgage balance at the time was nearly $58,000, and the fear of losing my home weighed heavily on me. But just as they had done years before, the YWCA Delaware stepped in to support me when I needed it the most. With the help of the Y's financial counselor, I applied for the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program. The process wasn't easy. There was 45 days of paperwork, phone calls, and uncertainty. But I was determined to fight for my home, and the YWCA never let me fight alone. When I received the news that I had been approved for nearly $27,000 in relief funds, I felt a sense of, it's just hard to describe, because I never thought it was possible. Even though I was going through the motions, I was like, my God. And that's who I called on, God. My lender dismissed the foreclosure without prejudice, and today my mortgage balance stands at a manageable $28,000. Praise God. This experience has taught me so many things, but most importantly, it has shown me the power of persistence and the importance of financial empowerment. Through the years, the YWCA has not just been a lifeline for me, but also a beacon of hope for so many others. They have taught me about the importance of building generational wealth, something that feels out of reach for so many, but it doesn't have to be. There are roughly 117 million Americans, about 34% of the American population, who don't own their own homes. And as someone who has come so close to losing mine, I understand how daunting the journey can seem, but it is possible. Housing programs like the ones offered at the Y Delaware can help us all take steps towards financial stability. Home ownership and passing down the legacy to the next generation, we owe it to them and to ourselves and to our families, to the future, to keep pushing forward. The YWCA Delaware has empowered me to believe in myself even when the odds seemed impossible. They've given me the tools to just not thrive, to just not survive, but to thrive. And for that, I will always be grateful. Thank you for letting me share my story today. I hope it inspires you to believe that no matter where you are in life, what obstacles you face, with the right support and determination, anything is possible with God on your side. Thank you.
Well, good morning, all you change agents. My name is Carol Ann Wicks. As the prior YWCA treasurer and now the current president-elect, I want to welcome you all to this mission briefing. We're diving into the remarkable impact of YWCA Delaware has made as evidenced by the stories you have heard today, transforming lives and communities, all thanks to the operatives like you. We're making real change, thanks to the collect dedication and commitment of every team member. I speak for all board members when I say we are dedicated and committed to the work of the YWCA Delaware. The need for our work is more urgent than ever. You've heard the testimonies that underscore the importance of our mission to advocate for justice, provide critical services for those in need, people of all races, women fleeing abuse, homeless families, and those fighting economic injustices. Before I call you all to action, I am proud to share with you that all our board members have already made their contributions to this mission. This isn't just about YWCA Delaware. It's about changing the lives of 9,000 people annually. The road to justice may be long, but the journey we undertake together, strengthening not just our own resilience, but that of women and families for generations to come. Our speakers have bravely stepped into the spotlight and shared their stories, and now how they have been positively impacted by the YW's efforts. Their courage serves as a beacon, guiding others and showcasing the transformative powers of YWCA programs and services. Now for today's mission. We need your support to keep our operations running and to embark on exciting efforts Melissa talked about earlier. Several generous donors have made a leadership gift to YWCA Delaware totaling $75,000. Fantastic. So here's where you come in. Any gift of $2,500 or more will be double matched, tripling your impact. This can be a one-time contribution of $2,500 or a new pledge of $500 or more per year for 5 years. Any new gift or increase over last year will be matched 1-for-1. Many of us here have been fortunate to live lives of opportunity, security, and possibility. Now it's our turn to ensure that others have the same chance. Your support enables us to bring new opportunities and resources to women and families facing overwhelming challenges. Your financial contribution will help us move this mission forward and continue to amplify our impact on the community. This is your moment, your chance to make a significant impact. So our table captains are now going to be providing you pledge forms. Please fill out a form, even if it's for a one-time donation, so we can properly thank you. If you have a pre-printed pledge form, please follow along. You'll have a QR code and our donation link on the pledge form and back of your program, or on your screen if you are watching from home. So this year we're going to be doing something a little new. So as you make your donations, I want you to please ring the bell at your table. So I'm looking forward to hearing a lot of ringing, but I could use some help with a little enthusiasm from my colleague Patricia. Come on up and help me out here. So as you review your pledge form, you'll see multiple options for reoccurring gifts, whether you choose to be an influencer, a sustaining contributor, or part of the Changing Lives Society. You can also choose the frequency of your giving, pay on an existing pledge, or make a one-time donation. Remember, all donations and pledges will be matched, and any gift or pledge of $2,500 or more will be double matched, tripling the impact.
All righty.
Don't hear any bells ringing yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I see a bell over there.
Okay.
Stand up. Thank you for giving.
Woo! Got another one.
I love to hear bells. Oh, I see you over there in the corner. Thank you for giving.
So if you've already made a 5-year pledge, anything you give over and above the pledge payment qualifies for the match. If you've been motivated by today's testimonials and want to get more involved, consider joining the Changing Lives Society with a pledge of $1,000 or more per year for 5 years. It's time to hear some more ringing bells.
Did I hear a bell over there in the corner? You make a donation, ring that bell.
There we go. Thank you.
And look, because they don't have a bell, you know what? They were being creative.
Very good.
Wonderful.
Each year, this contribution is equivalent to helping a cohort of clients at our Home Life Management Center to complete digital literacy skills training. $2,000 or more per year for 5 years provides funding for emergency needs for survivors of domestic or sexual violence. Oh, there goes, we got another one. Woo!
Thank you for your support. Mike in the corner. I see it. I see you. I see Mike. Oh, I see the bell in the corner. Oh, you got the same color I got on. Yes.
Keep it going.
Yes. All right in the corner. I see you over there. Ooh. Oh, we got bells ringing all over.
$5,000 or more per year for 5 years would provide summer camp program for Delaware youth. If a one-time donation is more your style, you can select that option as well. Remember, every contribution, big or small, is a vital part of our mission. If you prefer giving monthly to spread your, well, there we go. Thank you. Whatever gift you choose to make today, a YWCA representative will follow up with you after the event. Be on the lookout for their call and know that every dollar brings us one step closer to our goal. Whether you are joining us as a partner in the Changing Lives Society, a new influencer, there we go, congratulations. Yes, thank you. Or a first-time donor, I want to sincerely thank you all for your support.
Oh, we see you in the corner.
Thank you, thank you. Together, we are moving our mission forward, amplifying our impact.
I see you over there.
This mission wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you. We are truly humbled by your support. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your time, your generosity, and your commitment to making a difference. This message will self-destruct. Not really, just kidding. But our mission has just begun. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Well, I couldn't think of a more enjoyable way of starting our morning. I love hearing the bells. Keep ringing them. We'll keep making those happen. I just want to say a gracious, thankful goodbye, but also hope that you have left today inspired and excited about the things that we can do through the YWCA Delaware. So although this message definitely is not going to self-destruct, you will all get a link to today's recorded event. If you were registered for today, you will get a link to this event. We encourage you to share what you've seen and heard today with a friend, a family member, or a colleague. So you are all key motivators to our commitment to eliminate racism and empowering women. Please help spread the word as you're doing right now. Thank you and have a great day.